up to the end of the year, I am thinking about my creative draw of death. You know, all those creative projects that I kind of talked about, maybe did something with a small amount, a large amount, didn't get things quite finished over the line, the things I started and didn't finish, the things that I edited and thought, oh, I need to come back and do more work. I always call that my creative drawer of death. I mean, is it an actual physical drawer? In some cases, yes. But equally, I have virtual creative drawers of death, both in terms of maybe web series is half shot, ideas, songs, etc. So I'm going to encourage you this week in a compassionate way to think about what projects you didn't really finish this year, and to think about maybe pick the top 2 that you are going to promise yourself that you will get done in the first part of next year. So my name is Marisha Trembetska, and this is me talking for my Love Your Creativity and Make Money podcast. 2020 has been such a mental year, right? And in theory, we have all had plenty of time to kind of move things forward because normal life hasn't finished. But that doesn't take into account the stress that lots of us have felt. Maybe having to find new ways of earning a living. Maybe you've had children at home in a way you haven't really, or had to deal with working in new ways. We all know there's been a whole host of difficulties. So I am talking to both myself and you with compassion, because compassion is really important right now. This is not a stress thing. But I am just going to encourage you to think about maybe a couple of things couple of projects that you thought, oh, I thought I'd have moved those over, and pick them. Don't go mad. I always think 3 goals is more than enough, basically, with this kind of stuff. And go, what can I do? Specific small actions that you can move them forward. So, for example, I have got my Get Your Art in Gear book. I have now practically edited all of it to my satisfaction. And I do need to write 8 new chapters about finance as a creative, how I budget for and that kind of stuff. And the plan is that I was going to release Get Your Art in Gear book before Christmas. But now we're here a week away, and I could get it done before Christmas, but then I'm putting myself under a lot of pressure and stress about this, which I don't want in a year when it's just difficult. I've got a family member who's really ill right now. I've got other friends who are really suffering. At some point, you have to just be compassionate. So it is going to happen. The Get Your Art in Gear book is going to absolutely be released in some kind of soft launch before the end of the year, probably between Christmas and New Year. And equally, I've got a show idea that I've been musing about, a new show for 2021, because there were shows that were supposed to happen in 2020. I haven't. I'm not going to get stressed about that. But the new show idea, I've already organised with a director I work with, and I've basically booked in for an hour a week to talk to her on Zoom, just so I can talk to her once a week and go, this is where I've moved this forward. Oh, I'm thinking about doing this. Because just having that marker in the sand, I always find workshops really help. So maybe there's an online community or workshop or course you can do just to make yourself get going. I always find external is far easier than just internal in terms of getting myself out the door, these deadlines. So that's just my thought, but be compassionate. But if you can go, oh, let's pick 1 or 2 that you're definitely going to make absolute movements with and have absolute next step ideas in place. So therefore you can just go, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the year, but also go, but I'm also got something inspired to look forward for next. So there's my thought of the day of the week, as it were. So if you do want to know about my forthcoming book, Get Your Art in Gear, it'll be soft launched via my Instagram and Facebook between Christmas and New Year. I'm going to give myself that. So, but you'll be able to find it somewhere online. I'm yawning. So anyway, so there we are. So that's my thought of the week. If you want to contact me, I'm at Marisha T on Instagram, Twitter. If you want to book either my singing psychic show or a branded customized event as her, then equally let me know. And if you want to work with me as an actor, then you can contact my agent. But be well, be happy, and be compassionate. Give yourself a hug. It's been a hard year. Don't stop telling yourself off if that doesn't help at all. Okay, be well. I'll be back next week. Bye.